welcome to another update on Archmage Rises. This week we don't have a very good one. And part of that reason is because my wife is shutting down her office in Burlington area, and I needed to come down and help her with that, and a lot of things didn't go to plan, so I ended up just being helper monkey and just helping her move things up and down stairs and getting things to the junk people and whatever. So anyways,
junk people.
Yeah, the junk people. So the chuds that live under the earth in below the sewers. So the second reason is because I was busily working away on the NPC interactions, and I managed to break the menu system. And every 15 minutes, I thought I was close to fixing it and getting it working, and 3.5 hours went by, and I'm like, this just needs a rewrite. So there's really nothing to show at that point because I just need to rewrite it. So we decided to take this week and just have Nick talk about his project because it's way more interesting. Okay, maybe not. So actually this week somebody posted from the RPG Codex group. That's a pretty awesome website with full of lots of wonderful RPGers, and we love them, and they've been tracking the game since we first announced, and they've been talking about Archmage recently. And what was their concern, Nick?
The concern was that it was a bard simulator. They didn't think there was enough magic in the game.
Now, I want to say bards are magic users too. So they were like, hey, this is great that you can like have some jokes and go and tell them in the tavern and stuff, but really, where's the magic in this game? Like, where's the, raising dragons and shooting fireballs and all that kind of stuff? Like, where is that? And so I think that's a fair question, and they were wondering it, and one guy decided to post and say, hey, we're all wondering what's going on with this. So we decided take this short update and answer that question. So, Nick, what is the answer to this question? Because I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you do know, Thomas. But I think the answer to that question is that, we're trying to do something different with Archmage where your choices really matter and every playthrough is different. And I think we have to have all the systems humming well and, connected so that when you do something like burn somebody's house down, it's just not like, oh, I burned my house down and everything goes on, right? There should be chain reactions, things that happen, might affect the economy or relationships or, cause towns to go to war. So, a lot of games have done combat, blowing people up, and Archmage is trying to do something different where, if you blow something up, it, affects things. And so the mundane has to be realistically simulated enough to where the magic that we use has a real impact instead of just hand waving.
Yeah, so the focus definitely has been on the mundane, right? Like just having people have babies and filling the jobs, having people wake up, go to work the fields, bring the grain back, people can eat. Like, yeah, we put a lot of effort into all that mundane stuff, and that is the precursor. I believe having the mundane work well is the precursor to having the fantastic really truly be fantastic. And it is a bit of a low magic world. Magic in Archmage Rises is only for this very special, and it is licensed. It's managed by the Conclave, and so not everybody can do it, and they can't just do it all the time. There's actually rules about when you can cast spells. So if you were to walk into a lord's chamber and then just cast charm on him and he suddenly starts giving you all his gold, that's illegal. You can't do that in the world of Valon. They saw that coming a mile away, right? You're not the first mage to think of that, is the point. So we have to get everything working in the mundane, and then you can have those like cool spells. So one quick example is the way the world is generated. We have height maps, and we know how the water flows from one place off to the sea. And so if you come and you raise a volcano, that'll screw up the location of the river. And because of all this work we've done in the mundane, there'll no longer be any fish, but the hex would still have the fishing boat and the dock and all that stuff, but there wouldn't be any water going through it anymore, and then those people would lose their jobs and all that stuff. And so I think the ramifications of the magic will really be clear, but I totally agree that right now you can't really see it. So I've designed up 25 or more spells that are part of the design document that nobody reads, including Nick. It's 208-page design document on this game, and And so I've designed up these spells, and I've only implemented about 4 of them. And that's because, again, so much effort's gone into the mundane stuff. Actually, the next build 12, if we ever get there, is actually going to add a lot more spells. And when I say a lot more spells, I was actually thinking in terms of combat. I wasn't thinking about the rest of the world. But based on this forum post, maybe I should put some more effort into the rest of the world too. So those spells are going to be coming, and basically you should feel like a real Archmage by the time we're ready to release. So if we're ready to release and we're doing some kind of closed beta or something and stuff, and you play the game and you're like, I don't feel like I'm really a mage, still feel like I'm an archbard, then I want to know that, and that way we can address that, and hopefully the people will have ideas about how to address that. But I do think archbard, that's a pretty awesome term, and I want to go trademark that. So I would buy.
Bard has the magic of happiness, right?
He just makes everybody happy with his heart. Yeah. It's awesome. So that's the answer. Yes, the mundane stuff is the focus right now, but there's more fantastical stuff coming later, and that's by intent. Okay, so that's the end of this update, and next week we'll have a much better update where I'll show you the game and things working, because I would have rewritten the menu system by then.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.